my name is Melissa Strome, and I'm a rising senior in Tepper. This is the first video of the series. There are going to be a few more even before school starts, so be sure to check in. Today, I'm excited to introduce our first guest, Melanie Wang. She's a rising junior in Tepper, and I first met her when I became her mentor in Greek life, but our relationship turned out to be so much more. We talk all the time, and she got me more involved in a club that she was on the exec board of. So Mel, can you tell me a little bit more about why you're super involved in women in business and how you got involved?
Yeah, of course. So I actually found out about Women in Business my freshman year, and it was just founded by two seniors when I was just like a freshman on campus. And it was definitely a club that I was into and looking into as I was looking for colleges, but I was kind of surprised that it didn't even exist at Carnegie Mellon until then. And so it's definitely something I'm passionate about in gender equity. And so the club's mission really aligned with what I wanted to join in a club. And so I found it really inspiring and motivating to just be surrounded by all these encouraging women leaders.
Was it a little intimidating to talk to the seniors coming in and try to get so involved, or were they super open and just willing to talk to you?
I thought it was going to be really scary, but there were four seniors on the exec board, and they actually helped me a lot with classes and professors and life in general. So it was definitely an amazing experience to be part of my freshman year and to be able to look up to these amazing women.
So you were on the exec board as a freshman, right?
Yeah.
And did you find that overwhelming at all, or?
Yeah, it was a little overwhelming because I was the vice president of external affairs. Pretty much I was in charge of all the events basically and reaching out to professors, different organizations, and just brainstorming different events that we could hold for women in business.
Yeah, I actually attended one with Professor Bevins, and I remember we had just a room full of women, and we all just had a good conversation about networking, professional growth, and I actually had to leave early for work, but she was so willing to meet with me afterwards. Did you have her for a class? Is that how you kind of became to know her, or was it just you reaching out through email, or what sort of means?
Yeah, so I was actually not in charge of that event because that was this past year. I was actually the co-president, and so one of our
Mel.
one of our VP of internal, she had her for a class and thought Bevins would be great for this event, so she kind of reached out to her, and we got that all figured out. But yeah, she was amazing.
Yeah, so how have your experiences been with professors? How have you found that you can kind of create the relationship with them or communicate maybe about something not class related?
Yeah, I think Women in Business really has helped me with this because as a freshman and a sophomore, I would reach out to these professors and email them, but then I would have to meet with them in person. So that definitely helped in just learning about their experiences and the different areas of research that they did in gender studies. So I feel like that was really interesting, just learning about them and talking to them person to person and not thinking of them as a professor. And also just reaching out to professors after class or talking to them after, maybe grabbing a coffee or something in the Tepper cafe. So I feel like just building those genuine relationships really helps.
Yeah, I think that I've had the most success when I just email and ask them, not just about class, but about something more that maybe they brought up about themselves, and maybe having that coffee or even just going to their office. I think they're super friendly, willing to just sit down and talk.
Yeah, one of my favorite experiences was Rhubarb. So she was never even my professor or advisor or anything, but I kind of connect with her on the first really week of school. She realized I played squash, and so we kind of connected that way. And so then later, I think my freshman spring semester, we went off campus and grabbed a smoothie together. So it was just so random, but so fun.
So have you played squash with her is the real question.
I have not. She actually doesn't even play squash, but her family does.
Oh my gosh. But no, I have had Rhubarb for 2 years now. And again, I had a similar experience. My freshman year, she led the introduction and we all were in a big classroom, and it was so kind of intimidating because she was at that point an advisor for upperclassmen only. So I was like, oh my God, she's some hotshot talking to us. Why is she wasting her time? But she's such a genuine person. And just, again, reaching out or finding those little connections is so important.
Yeah, I had her for a class for BLE this past semester, and it was all virtual, which really sucked, but she still managed to make it super interactive, and we had breakout rooms, so it was really great.
So how's your experience been with virtual classrooms? I've found it I'm in my pajamas and it's super chill. And yes, you have your camera on usually, But have you found it hard to engage with your professors this way? Or have you found like just sending them an email after class or sending them a chat during Zoom is the best way to talk to them?
Yeah, so I actually took 2 math heavier classes last semester, and so those were not really interactive at all. It was just like a lecture and I took notes, no camera on, but my business classes definitely had cameras on, and my professors asked questions and encouraged us to participate and have our cameras on. So I feel like with those classes, I also went to office hours, so it was more one-on-one. And I feel like even if it's virtual, you can still go to office hours and still have that connection. And if you need help, you still can ask for it. I feel like it makes it easier, actually. Like,
Did your professors hold office hours at like the same time every week, or was it more so you reached out and they would find a time that worked for both of you? Because for me, I had no set anymore. They were all just, if you have questions, reach out.
I think some of my professors still had the set times, so I went to those. I don't feel like I reached out to anyone, but if I did, they would definitely just let me come.
Okay, Mel. Oh my gosh. But what else are you involved in? So I know you do squash. I know you're involved in women in business. We've talked a little bit about Greek life. You're super involved. Like, do you feel like you're spread too thin? Do you think that I don't even know, you probably are involved in more things.
Yeah, you just listed everything I'm involved in. That's it. Just women in business, squash, and Greek life. So, that's it. But I feel like I have a leadership position in like every single one of those. So it definitely does take up a lot of my time. And I feel like I have to connect with a lot of people and professors and different orgs just to make all these things happen.
Yeah, but so you think that taking like 3 and taking leadership roles is better for you or a better fit than it would be to take and join 10 clubs, but have maybe 1 leadership role?
Yeah, I feel like I know people that are involved in so many different little things, but for me, I just want to be grounded in 3 things that I really enjoy. So I like it this way.
Yeah, I think I kind of went the reverse. I like joined a bunch of different things and I never really found my like true passion, I guess. And so I was just I joined one semester and I'd be like, okay, this isn't for me. And then I would join 2 thinking maybe one of those will work. But it's really nice to hear that you like kind of knew what you wanted, were able to find it and like stuck with it.
Yeah, I mean, it was easy for me because as a freshman, I also wanted to join squash in college, which also didn't exist. So me and my roommate had to go and start that club, but we met a lot of cool people from that too.
So how was the process of starting a club about something that didn't exist? So this wasn't an academic related club. Was it challenging to find maybe funding, maybe find times that worked, maybe find people involved?
Yeah, luckily the club swim team was also just founded like a year before. So we reached out to that president and talked to him a lot, and he helped us in giving us the right contacts and slides to reach out to. And the process honestly wasn't that hard. So I feel like if anyone has a passion and wants to start a club, just go for it. Like, you can do it.
All right, I'll start one this last semester. I'll start a Zoom club.
Yes. Useful Zoom tips.
What was one of the toughest things that you faced or that you've learned? Maybe it's with academics, maybe it's within starting an organization or running an organization.
I feel like for me, it's just time management and knowing how to balance academics and then clubs and also having a social life and then having time to myself just to relax and not be around anyone else. So I think balance is something I struggled with, but also something that I'm still learning and improving on every single day.
You never even hung out with me, so obviously you need to get a little better. But no, I definitely agree. I think time management is something you don't really know you have a problem with until you get to college. Like, your laundry is not something you think about when you're in high school and you're at home, or like, I mean, anything. Like, your mom would tell you to go upstairs, go to bed, and instead we're out in Tepper at midnight, maybe just playing games because we're procrastinating.
Yeah, we're just talking to everyone that passes by. It's hard.
Where's your spot, or where was your spot in Tepper? Did you have like one set spot? Because I know a bunch of people did.
Yeah, I tried going to the 4th floor, just those little round tables a lot, but Tepper's too crowded. It's always filled.
I guess that's a perk now of being online.
That's true. That's true.
So what have you been doing now that you're home?
Currently, I'm interning right now at IBM, so I feel like I've been slammed busy with work there, and I have 3 deliverables that are all due next Friday, and I did this to myself. They were volunteer presentations, and I accidentally volunteered to like lead these group meetings.
Accidentally?
And I didn't realize the date would all like be on the exact same day. So now I have 3 things due next week. A little bit stressed, but we're dealing with it.
That's fair. Do you
Yeah,
like what are you doing with IBM? Like, how did you find them? Was it through the Career Center? Was it through Handshake? Was it through someone else you had known from another club?
Yeah, everything was through Handshake. So sophomore year, I applied through everything on Handshake and just kind of searched something and then just filtered in my internship and applied to random places.
But seems like you've had some success.
I guess you could say that.
All right. Well, Mel, I wanted to thank you again for being my first interviewee. It was fun with my little mentee. And also, I want to encourage anyone who's watching to direct message questions to our Instagram at TepperCMU. And again, thank you, Mel, and I hope everyone has a great weekend.
All right. Thank you, Melissa, for having me today.